Yo, what up on this fabulous winning victory day of the Atlanta Falcons? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we did win last night. It was not pretty, but I know there's a lot of things we can nitpick at. But let's first look at the positive. We are 9-5. Ladies, what does that spell? A winning season. Even after a horrible Super Bowl loss, guys. This whole season has been themed a fight, a battle. Dan Quinn said it was. He knew that was what it was going to be this season. He knew that this team was going to have to fight against a lot of mental issues in which they confronted in the meetings and all of those things. Ain't no telling what was said behind those closed doors after that Super Bowl. I know there was a lot of frustration. Even Jake Matthews alluded to it. And there were some things said, some grown man things. But they had to fight through all of that to get to 9-5. Now, many would tell you we don't even deserve to be at 9-5. We could have easily lost those first 3 games that we won in the season. But ladies and gentlemen, we won them. We could have easily won some of those games we should have won. But you can't cry over it now. You just got to keep it rolling and fight through. If we go in and beat the Saints Sunday, and I know it's going to be a tall task, but I believe we can do it. I don't know if we're going to get the respect. Maybe not. But you know what? Who really cares? But I'm going to tell you this much. I got to shout out to Bucco's Locker. Now, man, much respect to you, man. I listen to your show. You tell the truth about your team. But I got to say this. I made a comment about something you said while you were previewing the Falcons-Bucs game. And you mentioned about y'all felt y'all could move the ball on us. You didn't really feel our defense was that good. We were middle of the pack. And things of that such nature. And I made the comment of saying that our defense is better than what you've been looking at, because I don't know what you was looking at. Now, yes, turnovers has not been the best for us in our favor. We was getting a lot of those in practice, but for some reason, penalties have negated a lot of our interceptions, at least 6 to 8 of them. Not being in the right position to get some of those interceptions. Ricardo Allen mainly, when he could have had at least 4. That's just been the story of our season, but we fought through. Here's the other thing I got to say. Those refs did exactly what they needed to do last night to make this game interesting. Bucco's Locker, you know that it was going to be a blowout. I know it was going to be a blowout. Let me tell you why it wasn't a blowout. Clearly, a legal hit by Ricardo Allen on Yo Cameron Brate to pretty much take him out the game before he had to come back, because you didn't have any other tight ends, because you were forced to have to use a fullback. And we're going to talk about that fullback in a minute. But this 3rd down and 4th play, when y'all should have been y'all behinds off the field, the refs called an illegal hit. Helmet wasn't even in play. He just took your boy out, period. And y'all got a touchdown off of that. You got new life. And I was hot. And I'm still hot about that. Another 3rd down and 4th play, you throw it to your fullback. Good throw by Jameis Winston. I got to give him that. But clearly the left hand of that fullback was out. Had it not been for us causing a fumble on Peyton Barber, y'all would have had another cheap touchdown. Yes, cheap touchdown. Your boy Mike Evans pushes off people too much, and I'm glad the NFL is finally catching up to that mess and forcing him to have to be a good, better receiver than what he is. Now, don't get me wrong. Mike Evans is pretty good. But until he learns that he don't need to push off guys when he has the height to be able to do what he needs to do, unless he's afraid that he can't really separate from guys and he need that push off. Now look, a lot of receivers do that. Julio Jones does it. But there is a way that you do it. You got to understand what's going on the field and where the refs are at on the field to be able to do things like that. And Julio has had minimal calls against him for offensive pass interference. But your boy has been getting them this season. And he's been very frustrated and angry on them sidelines more than I've ever seen him. Could it be because y'all have not yet lived up to the hype? They have been hyping y'all up since Freeman was there. And y'all still really ain't that good. I'm sorry. Yes, y'all do have a few talented pieces on that team, but there was no way. I do agree we should have beat y'all down. Yeah, we should have. But the refs kept y'all in it. And those 2 third down and fourth calls on us that was a bunch of mess kept y'all in the game. Because had we, knowing that y'all could not stop us from running the ball down your throats, got that ball on a 3rd and 4th and got y'all off the field on 4th down, we've been going down the field and scoring again. Because you know what? Proof of that is when we did get the ball back after that fumble. Even before the fumble, we went down and scored on y'all. 14-7. Then we got that fumble on y'all and went down and scored 17-7. Now, would I have liked to have scored 3 points at least before the halftime? I don't know what Dan Quinn was doing over there and the staff, but they had something going on. But nonetheless, I don't care nothing about Jameis Winston throwing for 299 yards. He always plays great when he plays against us. The problem with Jameis Winston is he doesn't play consistently when he plays against other teams that are not the Falcons. Now, maybe if he played 16 games against the Falcons, y'all probably would make the playoffs. Now, I would say take out a page from the Jaguars book, but y'all tried that, and you went out and bought all these players, and it didn't work out. So I guess maybe it is coaching. I have no idea. But your boy Jason Light, he needs to take some blame for that stuff too. First of all, you don't draft somebody in the 5th round, Jeremy Nichols to be exact, cut the man and arrogantly think that he's going to come back to you just because he was one of your draft picks. He showed y'all, didn't he? He moved on. Now, whatever he's doing, I have no idea, and it doesn't really matter. But you guys are not better than us. We are better than you. We got more talent than you. And yes, while we lack in execution, the talent has been what's getting us over and has gotten us over, which is the reason why we are 9-5. What should be scary to the NFC South, because once we do start really putting that thing together, y'all might not be winning the division, you, Carolina, or the Saints, for a long time. I'm just saying. And yes, while this defense is not elite, they are trending up in the right direction under Marquand Manuel, who might not be with us for long if this defense continues to rise. Now, maybe not this season he'll be looked at for head coaching, but next season, I'm believing, especially when I'm already calling we're going to have a great draft. Now, the draft we had this year, it was subpar, but Takk McKinley, Takk McKinley. Get it, Takk. You are handling and holding up your end of the bargain of your promise. Already 6 sacks, at least 2 strip fumbles, which one he got on your boy, Jameis Winston. Now, although y'all recovered it, he still got it. And hey, I give it to Jameis. He's a very elusive quarterback, but I'll tell you what, I don't believe in Jameis right now. And I don't want to hear no more about that, how he beat us 3 times in a row, because that crap is over, because now we just did it to y'all. Point blank. We beat you in the 2nd game of the season after y'all beat us in the 1st game of the week 1 and carried it over with a sweep, and a sweep. Take it, get over it, move on. Y'all 4-10, we 9-5. whether we make the playoffs or not, I sure would love to. These next 2 games are going to be tough because y'all was tough. I expected that. But it should have been a blowout. And you admitted it should have been. You thought y'all was going to be blown out after y'all were down 17-7. You can thank the refs for that. They kept you in it. But as of right now, we moving on. We went on y'all turf, got the win we needed to stay in playoff contention, eliminated Green Bay, and we on our way. Whatever happened these next 2 games, it's all good. We got a winning season in hand under Dan Quinn. So, say what you want. That was a game we needed. You guys came out and fought, even with a depleted, whatever you want to call it. It's a divisional game. It doesn't matter. If you can't show up and play in this game, then you don't need to be playing football, period. So I anticipated and expected Jameis Winston to come out and do what he do against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, another thing we got to give credit to now, we get on Andre Roberts, but he had 2 pretty good returns that put us in pretty good field position. Especially on the one where we went down and scored the first 7 points after a 3 and out. This was going to be one of those games, and it turned out to be one of those games. They did exactly what we expected them to do, come out and fight us because we're on their turf. They already know they were eliminated from the playoffs. So I didn't care who they had coming out there. It didn't matter if y'all had Gerald McCoy or you didn't. I expected everybody to understand that they didn't want the Falcons to win, number 1, on their turf, number 2, stay in playoff contention. And even if the Falcons made it to the playoffs, y'all wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be y'all that they were going to beat. Unfortunately, a field goal kick away from taking it into overtime. Matter of fact, thank you, Seattle and the Bucs, because both of you missed like a 50-yard shot. It was a good game, and I got to give it that. You blocked Matt Bryant's kick. What should have put us up a little bit more. It is what it is. But you can say what you want. Once again, y'all have given up so many yards to one player. Yeah, you stopped Julio Jones, 54 yards or whatever, but you let Mr. Devontae Freeman wear your behinds out. 194 total yards on y'all. Once again, just so happens to be another player that Mike Smith and Thomas Dimitroff picked up before Mike Smith was booted out of here in 2014. Why they didn't start Devontae Freeman then, I have no idea. But he got to watch Julio Jones kill him in the first game, 253 yards, which makes him the only player in NFL history with 3 games over 250-plus yards, and y'all are part of that. Then you let Devontae Freeman do you in. So, yeah, kudos to you. You stopped Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan didn't look good. Yeah, he didn't look good. 212 yards, 1 touchdown. Threw a lot of balls in the ground when he should have hit wide open receivers. That's been the story all year. The difference is, though, the defense been doing what they need to do, which is different from 2015, because usually when that happened in 2015, we wouldn't be in 9-5. We finished the season 8-8. But it is what it is. I'm going to let it go. I'm done with it. We moving on. Saints, we'll see you at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Please comment, subscribe, like, share, all those wonderful things. Let's rise up, guys, and cheer these Falcons on for these last 2 games, which just so happens to be in Dome. Again, I'm Toby D. Peace. I'm out.